Hi guys, it's April with Cricut Crafting. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you today how to make the one sheet card. This takes one 12 by 12 sheet of double-sided cardstock. Of course, you can use a single-sided cardstock. You would just, where this is a different pattern, would be white if you used a single-sided. I just chose this paper. It's a K & Company Que Sera Sera. I really like the paper. You have to be careful. Some of the papers in that pack don't have enough contrast on the opposite side for this card to look very good. I'm out of this paper, but I chose another one out of the pack, and we're going to work with it today. And like I said, just one single sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. This is what I have left of that. I have maybe a small piece here that I could use, and maybe some smaller pieces for tags, but that's all that's left of that 12 by 12. I went ahead and folded mine and stamped it just for time's sake, and I made a boo-boo. I misstamped, so I had enough of the cardstock that I cut a small tag out of what was left to cover that up. What you're going to do when you pull this off your mat, it's cut in this direction. You're going to fold it along the long side. You can see that? Then you're going to open it up and fold it in half on the short side. Get yourself a good crease on that. Once you have that done, fold it back long ways and then fold it in on itself. That creates the frames. You can go ahead and step your sentiment on the front if you want, or you can wait. I'm just going to glue. I'm using art glitter glue. You can get this on Amazon or at May Made It. I'm going to glue that over my boo-boo so that can be drying. You'll notice in the file I've already put the flowers in there. There is one flower that is a little bit smaller than the others. I don't know if you can see that. It really doesn't matter if you get them mixed up, but one of them is cut just a little bit smaller for the window portion of the card. I'm going to glue a couple of these on the front, and you can lay them out either way that you want for whichever side of the flower you want to show. I went ahead and checked mine and laid them out and put my rhinestones on for time purposes, but you can take your time laying out which way you want your flowers to appear on the card. So that will take care of the front of the card, except for Nuvo drops I'm going to be using to decorate the front edge, like I did in this one, just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. And then we're going to open it up. This will be the inside of your card, one panel. And that's where the smallest cutout comes from. And we're going to drop it down and put it on the center of the card. And I have stamped this with a stupendous stamp. It's the one with the flowers in the mason jar. They don't really give a name for it. I got it at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And I'm doing this upside down, so I hope I get that straight. The art glitter glue doesn't give you much time before it sets and it's not movable. Then we're going to place a couple of the flowers here as well. And again, I'm doing this upside down, so if mine doesn't look quite right, I'm sorry. But you guys can take your time and set yours like you want it. Okay, and that's going to take care of this portion of the card. Next, we're going to open this card up this way. My transparencies I cut off of a scrap sheet. You can use a cellophane bag, just about anything for this. The art glitter glue does work with the acetate. I just put a little bit down each side. I've given you plenty of room by cutting it at 3" You could certainly get away with the smaller piece if you have it. And then you're just going to stick that down. Doesn't matter, as long as that window's covered and it's stuck, you're good. And then we're going to do the other piece. And I'm trying to stay on camera here. If I get off camera, I apologize. And then we're going to stick down the second window. This card is meant to be for any occasion. If you're in a hurry, you need something really quick. Now we have our windows. Next, you're going to want to lay out your flowers. And yeah. And I chose to go in with the blue in the center. And I know that there's no rhinestone on this side. If you guys want to put a rhinestone on that side of the flower, that's fine. And I like to leave mine right here open, because once we're going to have a stamp on the other one, and we want that to show through, and it's going to show right about here. Once you have your flowers centered where you want them, and it's okay if it hangs over the edge a little bit, you're going to add a little bit of the art glitter glue along the edges. And I might be too close in there. I'm going to wipe that back a little bit. I don't want it to show through the other window. Of course, art glitter glue does dry clear, so it probably wouldn't show, but I just want to be sure. And then you're going to press that down. Give it a second. I did get a little, try to get yours a little bit more off to that edge. I think I can still clean it up before it dries completely. See, I make boo-boos too, just like everybody else. I would suggest putting the glue on this one instead of, I put it on the wrong side is what I did. You want to make sure that you put it on the larger of the two windows and not the smaller one. I got my flowers backwards. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to press that down. Once you have that pressed down, you'll want to open this card, and you can, before you press that down, if you want to put the glue on the inside edge, you can do that as well. I just prefer to get mine where my, like that, my flowers will stay, but I'm going to use my little pokey tool here and push that flower back in there where I want it. And this is just a little pick. You probably have one of these, or a needle, anything will do. But I'm going to keep pressing that down. I've glued that, and then I want to glue this bottom edge as well, so that when the card is opened, it doesn't flap around. You don't want that. Just a little bead of glue, and along this back edge too. Like I said, you can do that before you close it with your flowers in there. I just do it after, because I like to trap my flowers, so I can maneuver if they shift on me. Alright, and that's going to give you a nice finished edge on the outside of the card as well. Then you've got your third panel, and you can see what this is why I flipped my flowers. I wanted it to be pretty on both sides. And you can do these any way you want. I've done them different ways on this card as well. I put a flower here if I feel it needs it, but I think I'm going to go with all of my 3 small ones on this side of this one. And then you'll want to line up your panels, And I do mine opposite of the card. So this color is up, so I'm going to go with the blue portion of the panel. I probably should have double checked to make sure all of this was going to line up. It is. And you're just going to come, I say, a finger's width down. I got about a finger's width on each side. I'm not going to go too OCD on it today. And this is the bright red that was on that same sheet. Still going to go with art glitter glue stuck. I'm a little off, and it's not going to let me shift it. It'll be okay. And then our third panel, which I flipped again, and I stamped the smile on there. And you can totally wait to stamp yours until you've got it lined up so you know where it's going to show in the window. Mine's a little off, but that's okay. You could totally put a picture in there, anything that you want. It can be done several different ways. It's going to be pretty no matter which way you do it. And then let's just scatter a couple of flowers around on the inside here. And that is all there is really to making that card. It's a very quick, very simple card. I'm going to add some Nuvo drops here just to give it a little interest and dimension. You can totally use rhinestones, pearls, anything you have in your stash. Probably should have checked this bottle before I did this one to make sure it was coming out well. And that's going to complete this card. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join my Facebook group, Cricut Crafting. You can find that by searching in Facebook. I also provide a link down below. And I thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful crafting day.